Boxing King Media, and it's episode 7, Dom. It was episode 6 we did yesterday in the blazing sun. It's 6 a.m., literally almost like 24 hours later. The fight's done. The undisputed heavyweight champion has been crowned. I think we were left episode 6, you saying a controversial split decision. Semi-right,
split decision. Apart from the knockdown, how would the fight have been?
you tell me.
I don't think Tyson would have won it apart from the knockdown. To be honest, a good fight, fair play to USYK. A great atmosphere, fantastic fight. I think the Tyson of old would have won. I don't think his fitness was there on the night. He got through it. I mean, what a knockdown. And to survive that and then carry on for another, what was it, 5 rounds? Just shows the bravery of the fella. But I thought he had the game plan right. The hitting and moving, probably could have thrown a few more shots. But he started to, for the first 5 or 6 rounds, I thought Tyson was in front. Yeah, there was flicking shots, but he unseated Usyk a little bit. He took him out of his stride. He looked uncomfortable, Usyk, at times. And I believe, has Usyk got his jaw broke, somebody said?
I don't know. He was in the post-fight press conference. He was talking fine. The fight started off, I'm going to go by online trends. Most people had Usyk winning a lot of the earlier rounds. He was pressing the fight, he was on the front foot. Were you surprised that he was the guy that was on the front foot from the get-go?
Not really, because that's the way he fights, doesn't he? He's going to have to try and gas Tyson and put it on him. I didn't think he won the early rounds at all. The first round, probably. After that, from where I was, I wasn't ringside, I was sat further back, but I looked at the screen. I thought Tyson was winning the rounds. I thought it changed in the later rounds. So,
online, I think most people had Usyk win a lot of the early rounds, but from rounds 4, 5, 6, they felt Tyson was taking over, hurting Usyk to the body. I don't know if you saw some of them body shots. There was a low blow in there as well, which he got told off for. And I think at the halfway point, around 8 rounds, most people had it either had it 4-4 or Fury winning by a couple of rounds. Then bang, in comes that backhand and the nose. So just tell us what you saw with that backhand and the nose. Did he make a mistake?
He just momentary lapse of concentration. That shot's always going to be there. That's Usyk's favourite shot. And most times Tyson had either pulled away from it or got it covered. With his backhand. So getting it blocked, but he went back. He got caught. Underestimated it, and it rocked him back at first. I actually thought he was clowning about from where I was, and then obviously it was a good shot. And Usyk had plenty of good shots on target and couldn't really drop him. Maybe Tyson should have took a knee, recovered, and not took as many shots, and then got back up and fought his way through. But it maybe had a sense, or his corner was telling him was coming towards the end of the round, and to survive. But he got counted on his feet. It wasn't a standing count. The ropes held him up, so the referee counts it. But he did tremendously well. How many people survived that kind of onslaught? Not many.
Should it have been stopped? Because there's some people saying it should have been stopped.
It looked, because Tyson was getting hit with clean shots. But it's a unification fight. It's an American referee, was it? I think.
Well, I was going to compare it to you throwing the towel in for Kell Brook.
No, because the thing is that it was a totally different story with Golovkin, because I knew before I threw the towel, and a couple rounds before, that Kell had broke his eye socket. I've seen that before. Tyson wasn't in that situation, was he? So, he did get hit with quite a few shots unanswered, but it's a unification fight. And obviously, everybody knows the history of Tyson Fury's gone down, he's got back up again. The referee did right to give him every opportunity, to keep himself in the fight. I think if it had been a British referee, maybe they would have jumped in. But I think it was the right decision, and it proved so. It proved right in the later rounds.
Just explain for people that don't know that the bust nose that he had. I don't know if it was broken or what, but there was clearly blood gushing out of it. How difficult is it for a boxer to deal with that if it's happening at around 8 or 9?
It's difficult, but
Does that seem to change the fight?
It did, but I said in the previous interview, if the cut opens up, that's going to change.
You did say that.
And that's an injury is going to change the fight, because Tyson's got a clear mind. He's winning the fight.
I forgot that. Yeah, she did say
So
that.
it's something else to contend with. Whether he could breathe properly, or the blood's going down the back of his throat, who knows? But it's just another problem you've got to deal with, and that kind of changed the course of the fight.
Mystic Dome, because you actually did say that word to word. The scorecards. I can't see many complaints online. Tyson has said in a few interviews that he feels like he got robbed. I don't know if that was
I don't
emotion.
think he got robbed. It could, like I said, I predicted a split decision, a controversial split decision, and
Potential future for the heavyweight division walking past you.
yes, he is definitely.
Moses
Yes.
Atuma, yeah.
So, and it was a split decision. I don't think it was controversial. Could there have been a case for Tyson winning? I thought so. But, I'm a Tyson fan more than an Usyk fan, but fair play to Usyk, he did the job. But, nobody's done that Usyk, what Tyson did, unseated him a little bit. And, he got the win.
Sorry, Dom, we just had to do a quick battery change there. I wanted to ask you about something Tyson Fury said in the post-fight press conference. He suggested that Sugar Hill told him that he was up after 10 rounds. Was he up, and is that something, was that the right thing to do
Whether
in
he
that
was
moment?
up or not, I don't think he was up. Once you've been knocked down in a fight, every round is crucial. And telling a fighter he's up is kind of leading him into a false sense of security. You should always tell the fighter they've got to be working and working to win the rounds, regardless. You can never give rounds away thinking you're that far in front, because you don't know how they're going to score it. So you should, unless you're all well and truly, clearly up, you should never say that to a fighter. You should always give them the incentive to keep working to win every single round.
So the scorecards, you're happy that they were right? Because it was a split decision on paper?
Split decision, I'd have preferred it to be a split decision in Tyson's favour, but it was a split decision in Usyk's favour.
Did Tyson Fury give Usyk a harder fight than Anthony Joshua?
Yeah, he did. He made him uncomfortable, didn't he? I don't think there was many times in the fight with Joshua and Usyk that Usyk was uncomfortable at all, and he did it twice, Usyk. So, for me, Tyson could have been. I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it just looked to me that Tyson wasn't fit for the full 12 rounds. I think he got through on, being clever with what he's doing, plenty of feints, dummies, gamemanship. We got him through that fight, because after that knockdown, he was running on empty, and so in survival mode. So, I think what let him down maybe was the conditioning in the end.
The rematch clause, if you're Tyson Fury, you're advising him, do you take the rematch immediately?
It's going to be difficult for Tyson Fury, for the money he's had and the accolades he's had. He sounded off yesterday after the fight, or today after the fight. And, when the dust settles and a week goes by and then 2 weeks go by and 3 weeks go by, is he going to still have the same desire to do it all over again? Because I just believe that every fight, that Tyson's been having of late, it's been hard to motivate him to get in and do it. And now he's been beat, he's lost his title, obviously there's a rematch and there's money involved. If money's still his motivation, he can still drag himself out of bed, well, fair play, do it. But the next time if they have a fight, I think Usyk will have a much better understanding of Tyson Fury. And if Tyson Fury doesn't change something, it might even be a more favourable result for Usyk.
I've got to pull you up on this, because I think some people have felt in the previous one that you probably never rated Usyk or never given him the credit. So I'm just going to tell you some of the things he's done and then see what you think of him in the kind of all-time list. 335 amateur wins, only 15 losses as an amateur, 22-0 as a pro, amateur accolades, Olympic gold 2012, World Championships gold 2011, bronze in 2009, European champion gold 2008, bronze in 2006, and a World Club Amateur Champion in silver you got in 2008, and some I don't know what that cup is, but either way, a decorated amateur, and he was undisputed in the cruiserweight division, won all the belts, high risk in that super series, so he fought the best. Is Dominic Ingle not giving Usyk the credit he deserves?
It doesn't really matter whether I give him credit or not, but does it matter to him whether I give him credit?
I mean, just because people feel like you're not really.
I look at boxing different to fans.
Where do you rate him in the all-time list? Considering what he's gone and done, he's beat Joshua, he's beat Tyson Fury.
He's not better than Lennox Lewis, and that's it for me. I don't, I hope people scream. He's not better than Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis, this is not being bitter.
Yeah. Is he a top 10 heavyweight?
Is he what?
Is he a top 10 heavyweight?
Of course, he's the top. He's the top at this moment in time. He's the top.
I mean, like an old. If he was going to do a mythical 10,
he's in the top 10.
Okay.
He wouldn't have beat Evander Holyfield, and he wouldn't have beat Lennox Lewis. Simple as that. So, like what you like about that, he's not as good as the cruiserweight Evander Holyfield who moved up, and he's not as good as Lennox Lewis. But he's the undisputed champion at this moment in time.
Do you give him any credit? Well, based on that, the way he adjusted in that fight, because there was times he was getting hurt to the body, clearly looked like he was getting backed up, and he just flipped the fight.
Yeah, he did. He had
Does that not show how good he
had a game plan, and there were times when he held back to recover, but he did look uncomfortable in that fight, and he's never looked as bad in that fight as in any other. That's the worst he's been in a fight.
And I think,
don't forget from where I was sat.
Okay, so last question for you: does anyone in this era beat Alexander Usyk?
He can still be beat because he's 37, and he did in that fight show signs of vulnerability, more so in any fight he's had since he's moved up from heavyweight. So
could that be because that was maybe his toughest challenge?
Toughest challenge, age, time. He's climbed the mountain, and so there's always going to be somebody behind you. There's always going to be kids coming through, ain't they? Whether he's going to be still around when these prospects are coming through. Don't forget, he's beat everybody there is to be beat at this moment in time, and I don't think anybody's close yet to the guys that he's beat coming through. So Joshua's boxed him, Dubois boxed him, those type of guys. I can't really see at this moment in time who there is for him to fight apart from rematches.
Brilliant. Well, I really appreciate this early morning drop, Dom. I know you got a flight to catch. Quick reviews of Saudi Arabia, done 24 hours in Saudi.
24 hours in Saudi, yeah, nice place, hot. We only went between the hotel and the venue. It was well organised. To be honest, I've never been. I've seen the fights on TV. I would come again, actually. It's not one of those places I think, oh no, we're a bad experience. It was a good experience, in with the crowd, in amongst all the Tyson's fans, a good atmosphere for me, and an enjoyable show.
I think I want to thank the fans that tune into these interviews that we do on a regular basis. Consistently the same amount of people are always watching them, and then all the people that follow Boxing King Media as well, because I think we've smashed it this week.
And who knows, I might even get a prediction right at some point.
You might do. If you look at the views we've done this week, I think we've proven that Boxing King Media is legit, and this podcast is legit as well. Dom, appreciate your time. Have a safe flight, and I'll catch you back home.
Right, we're off.
Thank you.